TexasTorch.com. If you've been in the hottie law, the hottie law, or on the job, the hottie law, who can you get?
Guys, we are live and alive, guys. Happy Friday, finally. Monday was Friday, Tuesday was Friday, Wednesday was Thursday was yesterday, guys. Y'all listened to me say happy Friday, but today is Friday, guys. Happy Friday, guys. You are live and alive with the Texas Mother Torch. Light them up. And we have a special guest in the house, my good friend, colleague, attorney. Introduce yourself, Mr. Takla.
Yeah, how's it going? Mike Takla, personal injury attorney, and got a little podcast that you've been on. And I'll tell you that you got this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that since you've been on that podcast, Geico started paying me more, so I don't know what's going on.
They didn't like it?
No, they like it.
A little
but
bit,
all of
little
a sudden,
technical difficulties. But we're good. Can we zoom out a little bit?
how close are we on here?
I see pores. Guys, so I love Geico with a passion. Someone told me the other day, they're like, bro, you're not roasting Geico as much anymore. And I was like, because they don't give me anything anymore. I had to wipe their clean for all these years. And it was a blessing. But look, this is the most this right here, this was your podcast.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That was super interesting. I got some attorneys in the industry said, man, Hottie, I just thought he was that live and alive guy. And he actually knows what he's doing. He was thinking through it. He took a case in Montgomery County. He's like, I wouldn't do that. I was
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't either.
What people don't understand about this case in Montgomery County is you have to try the underlying car wreck.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
you have to get an excess verdict to begin with
Right.
from a conservative jury panel, right? They don't like car wrecks.
No. Well, it's you and I see it every day. People seriously do get injured in car wrecks. People die in car wrecks.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. It is not uncommon for someone to like say, man, that sucked. And a couple days later, they're hurting. Right? But for most people in the 90s, they were told that anyone hurt in a car wreck is faking it. So now people are thought, oh, you're faking. Unless it's something catastrophic, you're faking it.
Say true believers,
Yeah.
right? True believers.
Drink the tea, drink the Kool-Aid.
That's
yeah.
it. You know, Kool-Aid sippers. You saw a meeting that I had recently, right?
Which one?
The lady shattered wrist.
Oh, yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes there's just no coverage, and we have to do our best to make sure we can maximize, the benefits that they get,
Yeah.
while protecting them from, excessive bills from hospitals and ER facilities and everywhere.
Right.
So we are live and alive. Samurai Khan, how are you? Mr. Jackie, how are you guys? Guys, you know what? Let me tell you. The favorite thing about Live and Alive now that we have this setup is that I can say whatever I want to say. Yeah, I love it. You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What?
You handle like slip and fall cases, right?
Yeah.
You do anything other than car wrecks, slip and falls, dog
Car
bites?
wrecks, slip and falls, 18-wheeler, dog bites, every other personal injury attorney.
Right? You know how the defense lawyers sometimes say, oh, you're just a car wreck lawyer. You're a car wreck lawyer. When you think about it, the defense attorney is
It's just a car wreck lawyer.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
Every goddamn day. Now I know why you hate yourself. And you take that hate out on me, mother. Because every day you're doing the same cookie cutter car wreck.
It's even worse with them, I think, because they're like insurance companies know what's the most common thing that gets injured in a car wreck.
Yeah.
What is it?
Neck and back.
Neck and back.
Neck and back.
Okay. So when they see like your broken tooth, they have no clue how much that costs.
No.
They try to figure it out, and so you give them this damage model where you break your tooth to get it fixed and get like veneers, you have to fix everything. Yeah. So then you get this damage model of like, dude, the dentist says it's gonna be 30, 40 grand. They're like, what? But they have no rebuttal to it because it's not a neck or a back issue.
Yeah.
I think that's super interesting. No, you know what I really want to talk about on this podcast? Because we're talking about verdicts, we're talking about numbers. So the people who listen to this probably think, well, this is going to make our insurance policies cost. And in fact, probably most people saw the premiums go up last year, right? Do you blame us for it?
Nah, me? Do I?
Yeah, do you blame us for it?
Nah, bro. I got 50 million reasons why it's not for whenever I sometimes I'm talking to jury and they're like, well, it's people like you, why our rates go up?
That's
and I
right.
say, well, sir, with all due respect, did your house cost the same today than it did 5 years ago?
Right.
No. Your car that you're driving, did that cost the same now than it did 5 years right before COVID? No. Okay, so it's not inflation and the cost of living that's making insurance go up. It's me, right? And they have no understanding. They don't.
There's a article I sent to you, and it was talking about like because of our litigation, the costs of goods are going to go up, and insurance companies are not going to be able to insure people. Do you believe that?
No, you know it's the it's the Victoria Medina, for example, from Progressive. It's the adjuster sitting there pushing out those blogs and articles themselves.
Yeah. You're
So
right.
in insurance, you know how they always say, well, we need to set our reservations. I
Right.
never give them an idea to set the reservations, but they're playing with bonds and they're playing with investor money.
Yeah.
The cost to litigate is their money.
Right.
The expert cost, the paying the defense counsel. So to them, if at the end of the day they're generating a profit while using someone else's money, they're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't need to increase premiums, but they create those stigmas. Plaintiff lawyers increase premiums. What are their stigmas?
The people fake injuries just to get money. No, none of that's true.
You know what my favorite one is?
What?
Buy insurance, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Whatever you do. And I said it, I think, yesterday. The number one product in the world that we all buy and never use,
Insurance.
yeah, you're made to be fearful of touching your insurance. And
Yeah.
burn it.
Well, they do it on purpose, right?
Yeah, straight up.
So, I mean, I think it's a few things. So, one, the insurance premiums are going up because more people are uninsured. So, they did a study in like 2019.
Thank you, Judge Jones. Thank you, Judge Jones, for the comment.
What was the comment?
Oh, good show, good combo. Yeah.
2019, it was something like, I think in Texas, like 11%. 2023 is the most recent one. It went up to like 20 something percent. So like the pot is smaller now. And so everybody has to pay more premiums because more people are uninsured. You know, you were talking about someone with fractured wrists. They didn't have underinsured motorists, right?
Yeah.
You think it would have helped them?
Big time, man.
It would have made a huge difference.
Yeah.
It would have made a huge difference in their life and their treatment, everything,
You would have automatically doubled the recovery that they were going to get.
at a minimum.
Yeah. And insurance agents out there, to all my friends who are insurance agents, no offense, they are trained to not sell you simple things like uninsured motorists.
Sure.
And I call it fool's coverage. And for everyone out there watching, email me info@thehottylawfirm.com. I'm going to put it right here for the pod. Email me your insurance policy if you think you have full coverage or fool's coverage, and I'll let you know. But uninsured motorists and PIP is like a fraction of liability and collision.
Yeah.
But
It really doesn't cost much more. Like, it really doesn't.
no.
So I think that's pretty interesting. Then another thing that came out, and it's in the article I was talking to you about, is what I think is happening is a lot of these we as trial attorneys, I talk to you about cases, right? You talk to me about cases. I talk to others. We talk to experts. We're all working together.
Yeah.
We're all trying to help the clients out. And I, like you and like me, I'm not scared to like split our fee and work together. Let's tag team this. Let's make it a good thing for the client. Well, here's the thing. Insurance companies, okay.
Yeah, you know.
That's right. You got a little website going for it too.
Here we go.
So insurance companies, defense counsel, they want to keep their client. Their client is the insurance company. So when we file a lawsuit against Progressive, it's that law firm.
Yeah.
When we file a lawsuit against Allstate, it's that law firm.
Yeah.
All right. They want to keep their secrets. We don't. We're like, look, this is how I did it. This is how I prepped a jury. This is how I got stuff done during Rhode This is how I did stuff, right?
Yeah.
We've gotten progressively better. So now...
Why'd you have to say progressive?
Well, because you were there in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
It was not fun to be a plaintiff attorney.
No.
I wasn't there.
No.
But you were.
Yeah.
It was not fun to be a plaintiff attorney.
It was hard.
You had Cairo only. You went down there. Everybody jury like hated you for wasting their time. They're like, I got to pay for parking. It's hot. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Zero you out. Let's go home. Right? It's not like that anymore. Now, any case, they're terrified. Guys,
Oh, hold on. Say it again. Any case, they're what?
they're terrified. I'm not even gonna say that.
It's
So-
a little delay. You got to give me a heads up. If you're gonna say a curse word like you piece of progressive insurance, give me a
Well,
little.
So, anyways, so what insurance companies are doing, they're like, look, we're just not going to pay. We'll get a verdict. We'll go on appeal. We'll do this. And we'll start hitting plaintiffs with the stigma of nuclear verdicts that are hurting your money.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
There's a case just recently in Dallas, $4 million, 18-wheeler was stuck on the side of the road, didn't do anything. They didn't offer him anything. It was the podcast I did earlier today. They could have offered the $1 million. The guy died. He's 26 years old. Could have offered $1 million, moved on. They didn't. $4 million verdict. And they're blaming the plaintiff attorney for going and trying the case. You could have offered it and you could close it out. But now they're going to say, oh, premiums are going up. Everything's going up. Man, you had the choice to settle this.
Yeah.
And I'm sure with you, it's not like you just go to trial. You give them shots. You're like, look, do you want to settle this? Your Montgomery case.
Yeah.
Do you want to settle this?
Yeah.
No. Do you want to settle this? No.
We tried 100%. So when we get verdicts that are in excess of the policy limits, trust me, I have tried over and over and over again to get the case resolved, and they just don't care.
No.
Why? Because fear. And they think either time will put fear into the plaintiff to put pressure on the attorney, or the attorney himself doesn't understand how to try the case.
Sure.
And is not willing to go and experiment, so to say, test the waters out.
Right.
And that was me. That was my life. Hadi, go do what you got to do.
Right.
Here's a $200 offer. We're winning. Harris County is very conservative. Our attorneys are beating your attorneys. Go. Howdy, you go do what you got to do. That's what it sounded like. Can I talk? That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
And now, all of a sudden, every single one of my conversations is, Hadi, we don't want to talk about all your other cases.
Right.
We don't want to talk about all your other verdicts. We want to talk about the merits of this case. And I'm like, oh, my God. After 15 years. And that's what's causing, I was going to say causing the rates go up, but claims has nothing to do.
No.
When they do raise the rates, it's an excuse.
Yeah. I mean, it's put into their damage model. You got a $30,000 policy. They know that at worst they're on the hook for $30,000. Yeah. It's when it goes south and they don't do that, and then they get hit, that it's not in their damage model. So you don't blame us. Blame the defense attorneys that are not selling the cases at that time, right?
You said one thing about Let's Torch Together, and I want to show you this website. So I created this a long time ago, and young lawyers, experienced lawyers, they send us cases. And we litigate together. Okay. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, Progressive has like 10 law firms.
Yeah.
Right? The employee law firms and then the outside law firms. Mm-hmm. State Farm has 10 law firms. Geico has, everyone relies not only on their captive, the employees, like an employee of Progressive,
right?
But they also rely on other law firms out there.
Yeah.
So I thought about reverse Let's Torch Together. I'm going to invite attorneys such as yourself, trial lawyers, to come and tag team with me and carry a torch and burn side by side.
You gonna sit second or first? What are we doing?
Oh, you let me know.
That's the only thing I care about.
Yeah.
Besides that, let's do it.
I'll still rock and roll. I'll sit first, second, third. Our attorneys will come and rock and roll. And any way. You ever realize when Geico gives it out to an outside firm, it's always one attorney in the firm that's actually going to go to trial. Yeah. And I think that's bad.
Well, that attorney also doesn't know anything about the file until it's at trial.
Yeah.
Who's usually sitting in it? An associate, someone. Ask your questions, write it in, write a report, and then let me know.
That's it.
Every time.
But you don't let anyone else in the office get experience either.
No.
So I'm board certified, and one of our attorneys is sitting for his board certification this October.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I kind of want to make sure anyone who works with us gets a chance to become board certified. Yeah. Which was, by the way, created by defense lawyers. They created this board certification through the state bar to make themselves look good so they can become board certified and stand out from other defense lawyers. And when they market themselves to insurance companies, they're like, I'm board certified. So for years, 40 years, they put fear into the insurance industry that you need to watch out for a board certified lawyer. Can we see it? It's right here. No, you can't. Oh, on the pod, the real pod, you'll see it. But it's right here. So they've already done the work to put the fear. It's just trying the cases, burning their path, your client's path to victory. I love it. Where's my flamethrower? somewhere over here. I have a case here, my friend, and I want to invite you to torch together with us. This is the first one. I'm going to hand it to you to read. Thank you, sir. The damages on that case are $26,000. Now, the policy limits, I pray, are not 30. But look at the offer of 17. I don't even negotiate. When I see an offer of 17,000 on 26 in damages,
There's no point.
no,
There's no point. There's no point.
Calling in, hi, how are you?
It's always like the little voice too that do it. They're like, "Hi, I see that you've made an offer of 17. Can we negotiate?" Come on, man.
We should call them. We should call them on the phone and see if we can get him on the. What's the line? What's the yeah? What's the number? Yeah. Why? What's the number? 713. So even Progressive has adjusters all over, right? They have adjusters all over. Trying
Are you really
to
doing this?
why not? Let me see, just in case she picks up. Let me get a claim number. It's Friday afternoon. You know,
Calling. This is Victoria.
Hi, Miss Victoria. How are you? Happy Friday.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Miss Victoria, can I give you a claim number, please?
Yes. What is that?
2353. I want to welcome you to my show, Live and Alive with the Texas Torch.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Yes.
Can you help me out in this case? Do you know what the policy limits are?
And I'm so sorry I didn't catch your first name.
Oh, sure. Hussein?
Alrighty. It looks like there is a new adjuster on the claim. I can provide you with their information.
Oh, sure. Before you do that, can you let us understand what the policy limits are?
I cannot. Not at this time.
No. Can you let me know at least, is it a minimal Texas policy?
I wouldn't be able to advise at this time, but I can give you the new adjuster's information.
I'll give you a call back. How about that?
You have a great day.
You too. That's it.
So it's not a minimum.
They've already been torched, man. It's already on to the next person. You know, why'd they transfer it? She just sent this to us yesterday. So they're already running scared. No, I'm telling you, if it's a minimum policy, it's detrimental to them.
Yeah, no, that's not good for them.
Yeah, so for all the defense lawyers out there that watch, you see what's about to happen, right? I'm going to do some reverse torch together. And we're going to bring in an elite group. If you're a trial lawyer watching this and you're my friend, give me a call today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell me about an exciting settlement you may have had recently, twisting up an adjuster.
Oh man, there's a few of them. Man, I took one. It was an 18-wheeler, pretty recent, and it was. You ever have a client who's done like laser therapy on their neck or back?
MLS laser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've come around to it from the understanding and I actually had it. I got a pec tear. I actually had it on my pec, and it worked.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had it on my lower back.
Really?
Yeah, scar tissue on my lower back. It helped.
Did it help?
It helped, yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't believe that. Also, the 18-wheeler driver just denied everything that happened. And then at the end of it, we went through the FMCSA. We did like live exhibits. So I'm putting an exhibit together. I'm like, answer these questions in the deposition, going through it, video, everything. And immediately after that, it was settled for a undisclosed amount in the six figures. I'll say that.
Okay.
So
I like that. Why are you saying undisclosed? Why are you saying? So I appreciate saying that. And you remind me. I just filed a motion. It's getting filed today, on a motion to enforce settlement on $1 million case that the Uber driver, who was a fugitive for previously trying to run over another individual using Mom's app, got mad at my client, tried to run him over like 3 times, and it's right here, man. Here, look. Maybe not that fast, but when they accepted the $1 million 2 weeks ago, they put in there $1,000 provision for confidentiality and disparagement. So I called them. I was like, no, I'll do it for $50,000. And they went back and forth, talked to me, and then all of a sudden the attorney was like, nah, we're sticking to this. Go do whatever you want. And I tried calling him.
Right.
And I even called the assistant. I said, you know what? I'm about to file a motion to enforce. It is going to have the whole entire file. And it does. It has every criminal record, all the details that led to the settlement, the link to the Channel 2 interview of the client with me, everything. And it's getting filed. It's probably filed right now as we're sitting here. But how are you going to keep it confidential now?
Yeah, good luck.
And then I put a sentence in there. I was like, it's ironic that the defense counsel also was seeking a non-disparagement clause when the defendant tried to murder my client with a vehicle. It was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
You're right. Yeah.
That was really bad. And she violated all her parole, and she's in jail right now as we speak.
I mean, I guess you can negotiate and try to sell it that way, and then just be like, I can't say anything, but you should look at this cause number that I filed everything in.
Yeah. Oh, the client wants to come and talk live and alive.
Really?
He's just so mad about what happened.
He should be.
Yeah, he wants people out there to understand what may happen to you with a disgruntled Uber, Lyft, any type of rideshare driver.
Yeah. I've got a case kind of like that. I'm going to trial in December, and I just straight up told the client, I was like, hey, over X amount, would you just give that money to charity? He said, yeah. I was like, all right, I'm going to do it then. We're going to try this case. You give this money to charity, you pick charity of your choosing, and we're going to bring that up during the trial if the judge lets me. He's like, bet, because the facts are so bad and they're just not wanting to pay the policy. And I said, all right, the policy's gone, man. Like, we're going to go over it at this point. So we'll see. I'll let you know if it ends up that way.
I'll come with you to trial, man. Let me know.
Right. I got a trial next Wednesday. I'm helping a buddy out against Fred Loya, and it's a parking lot wreck.
Fred Loya.
And we came in, and not to say very much except for the fact that they've offered the full policy. We said no, so we're gonna see how it goes.
Oh wow, how much are the damages?
I just don't know how much I can say. All I can tell you is we're gonna be asking in the 7 figures.
Oh, nice. I like that. We had a case against Fred Loya this year. The 6th attorney on the file tried the case.
Okay.
Hold on. You ready? There's a little background music. There we go. We'll put it here too. One of the attorneys on the case, his name was Art Aguilar. Yeah, Art is a piece of attorney.
He's my class at U of H.
He's a big time fuck. So he called on that case, talked shit to my sister on a recording. I sent it to Fred Loya, fired. They offered the policy limits. I said I'll never accept it. We ended up getting a verdict of $147,000 with interest and everything on a 60 policy, February. Art stepped in on another case for another attorney who referred to me.
Sure.
Because Art walked into her office and started just degrading her, Art being Art. As soon as I got the case, Art tried to be Art, fired.
Yeah, he's I'm not going to disparage Art at all. I'm just going to say that he's, I think, in Montgomery County on his own law firm. I don't think insurance defense was his thing. I'll just say that.
He was still doing it. Some other law firm had him as of counsel.
Oh, really? Okay.
And he stepped in. The ridiculous shit that was coming out of his mouth. For example, why did the plaintiff have a dash cam? Other than Uber drivers and police officers, who has a dash cam on their car? Wow, I was like, what did you say, bro? Like, what kind of like stupidity? And he got fired. It was a 30-60 policy, and my client's combined damages was $45,000. We settled for $300,000.
What?
$300,000. They picked up the check last week. It's on there. It's on. You see them on my Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, Stowers. Unbelievable. 2 different law firms. One from Dallas stepped in. One from Houston stepped in.
Really?
Game over. Yeah. Then the dumb defendant went on my Facebook talking smack because he didn't like how I slaughtered him in front of his wife in the deposition. And I sent it to defense counsel. Defense, if you're watching, I told you when he messaged me on Facebook, he violated the terms of confidentiality, so that's why I can talk about it. Nothing is confidential with me, my friend. Except what my clients say. Yeah, and my wife and kids. And close friends and God. That's, but what the insurance companies say, nah, hell no. Nothing is, even if you pay me $50,000, then it will be. Yeah. But only then. Yes, sir. What kind of trouble are we gonna? What to do if someone slashed your tires? I mean, I would ask Chief Keef, what to do if someone slashed your tires. But if you know the person, someone just hit my brother in Atlanta. I'm gonna sign him up. If you know the person, ask him to pay for it or tell the police.
Yeah.
But snitches get stitches. I can't tell you go slash their tires, man. I'm sorry, I'm an attorney. But little things like that, go get it fixed and move on. Don't let it, don't let it bother you. So yes, tell me more, my friend.
I mean, what do you want to know? Hey, actually, I do have a story for you. That the first time I ever saw your law firm, I didn't know you. I was in Judge Sandal's court. I was clerking there. And there was I don't remember what the motion was, but you had some motion up, and I was reading it because I had to tell the judge which way you should rule. And I remember looking at the bottom, it said the Haughty Law Firm. And I was like, oh shit, all right, I'm not the only Middle Eastern guy that's going into the practice of law. That's good. That's good because it was looking weird, real weird for me, right?
Yeah.
And so it was pretty cool. And then I think you ended up actually arguing the motion in front of him, and I think you won.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Nice.
So that's good. It's
Well,
good. But that's the
good.
first time. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Nice. When I got out of law school and I started practicing in 2009,
Yeah.
you had your plaintiff lawyers, the big ones, right?
Yeah.
A couple small ones, but no one like me. You didn't have the independent little mom and pop type. Very, very limited, very rare. Everyone said tort reform, don't go into PI, but
Yeah.
my love was PI. I love cars. And I went straight into PI, and the rest is history, as they say.
You started practicing in 2009?
2009.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was May. I graduated law school in 2.5 years. So I got out December, took the February bar, started May of 2009.
You just started your own shop at that point, or what?
Thanks to Baltimore Gutierrez, who his daughter and I, and also Miss Jamil Thomas, who's my boss here at the firm, we were all in class together.
Okay.
So Ana Gutierrez's father, Mr. Baltimore Gutierrez, started a satellite office in Houston. He told me and go and figure out a business plan. So at the end of 1L, for a year and a half, I had an office here.
Okay.
And I settled about 22 cases with the help of Baltimore's office. And the biggest one was a case I took over, Mona, if you're watching, where her attorney was trying to settle for 24.
Okay.
I settled for 100,000 against Marriott Galleria. And that
It's
was
right next to my office.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was my first, wow, just making a change on a case.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was doing. I was a law student.
Right.
So when I got out, he handed me the keys to the office and said, get him. And we went hard. So I love it. I love it all. I'm going to answer a question. I'm a rising 3L Latina Navarro. What advice do y'all have for the job hunt? And I'll give a little bit, and I want you to give a little bit also. My advice, and I have multiple calls from in 3Ls right now, and I told them, you know what? Don't worry about it until you take the bar, which is next Tuesday.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
when you're done with the bar, then give me a call. We have some office space. So, take some mock trials through law school. Don't fret about getting a job that fast.
Yeah, so I think it's a employee market, not an employer market for lawyers on our side at least. I think a lot of people are not wanting to do the work, so you can find a job.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Yeah. That's not the problem. The problem is your first few years are going to make your career. So spend the time. If the one piece of advice is, I would take a employer who's not going to pay me as much, but I'm going to learn how to try a case. I'm going to learn how to do certain things than someone who, look, man, I've got friends of mine who came out of law school, made six figures, right out of law school, high six figures, right? And they were like killing it. They've never done a deposition. I'm sitting here, 7 years out, never done a deposition. I don't know about you, but that's not the way I want to live my life. And I know you don't,
No.
right? And this person, all they do is bill. All they do is certain things. You want to, sooner or later, as a lawyer, and it's half the reason we're all conceited, we want to be the man in the arena. So find the person who's going to allow you to do that and be your best self in the man arena in whatever you want to do. I don't know if she wants to do trial work or anything like that, but if she does, then that's what you need to do. Like, do that. Take the L of getting paid less. And if you find someone who pays you well and does that, fantastic. But most people are not like that. They're going to say, look, you're going to work. I'm not going to pay you this big law salary, but you're going to learn.
Yeah.
That person, 7 years out, you can start your own law firm.
It's kind of like staying in school, but getting paid to stay in school when you go to the right firm that'll train you and educate you the right way to handle cases from start to finish, to litigate. The most important thing is litigation. Did you see in one of my depots of Dr. Aranque when I invited HCLA, there was like 15 lawyers watching me?
I've taken Aranque's depo too. What happened?
So, and I take the award and recognition for this. I have single-handedly taken down Dr. Aranque to the point that multiple lawyers are saying, well, he quit the defense expert examination type work, or he's just taken a hiatus for several months, or we are withdrawing Dr. Aranque at this time, and the basis is improper, and I have motions pending on still taking his deposition because of improper designation. One of them actually said on the record, she said, she quit the firm, by the way. Sure. I get a lot of defense lawyers that quit. And she said, Your Honor, if what Mr. Hadi is saying about Dr. Aranque being dishonest and committing fraud with North American consultants, that would be damning to my client if the jury hears. And because of that, I should be allowed to replace him. I was like, you just say that on the record to the judge because the expert you picked committed fraud? You get to now come months after the deadline? No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, and so for the viewers that don't know, it's not like we just go and file a lawsuit and we end up at trial. We have to fight their experts, and they get these guys, they pay them a ton of money, tens of thousands of dollars to say, hey, your client's not injured, it's because you're old. Or in Aranque's case, in my when I deposed him with, it was basically said she's too fat. And because she's too fat, that's why she has these injuries. So I asked him point blank in the beginning of the deposition, are you just saying my client's too fat to be injured in a car wreck? It's just her being too fat? And he was like, no. And the defense counsel was like, hey, yeah, don't answer that.
Yeah, straight up.
But so anyway, so go ahead. So you get this guy. What do you? So they're just trying to designate someone else?
Now she's trying to. We have a hearing coming up.
Okay.
And at the last hearing we had, every other defense lawyer was like, I have no dog in this fight. And then she was like, Judge, today's my last day also. And I was like, Judge, looks like I'm the only one fighting myself on this issue.
So you're just kind of switching between sides? Like, what would I say?
Yeah, that's it, man. And so you just said something about discriminating based on weight. Look at this here. 2018, Geico tenders full policy limits, an increase of 9 times their initial offer for discriminating against our clients based on weight. I called the adjuster, and the adjuster was so excited. He was like, your client has a pre-existing condition. I was like, what? I'm like, my bills are $4,000. What pre-existing condition can my client have?
Right.
He was like, your client is 5'5", 290 pounds. He's obese, and everyone knows that obese individuals are more prone to having prior injuries and conditions that would cause them to have pain if involved in a wreck. Oh my God, they got fired.
But you hear that quite a bit. It's not the only. I'm sure it's not the only time you've heard that.
When I hear it, I sue hard.
Yeah.
Look, I did. Look at my timeline with Geico. 18, 18, 18, 19. Another one, multiple people fired. The head of Geico's office, Neil Levin, forced into early retirement. 20, August 28th. Look at the timeline. August 28th, $5.2 million because we uncovered 11,000 cases. September 28th, 2020, they had to pay it. By October 12th, they had to have a practical layout about how they were going to change the claims handling practice. Warren Buffett got mad. He said, "Go get Hadi." November 12th, 2020. The most powerful verdict as it pertains to third-party insurance practice out of Montgomery County.
That wasn't appealed, huh?
No, if they appealed it, oh my God.
I think they'd be terrified to appeal that.
Yeah, they
That
would
makes sense.
create law that would stick hard. Hadi the Torch, how can I market my mock trial experience to a potential employer? Don't. Yeah. Look, having the mock trial experience is amazing as a law student. I didn't have it. I didn't know what trials were. But now with 68 trials, including nationwide trials, arbitrations, federal trials, the mock trial experience is amazing. You should mention it. But don't let it be a chip. Yeah, knock it off your shoulder. Walk in with an empty slate. And get ready to just soak in knowledge and experience from the firm you're at. I think so. Are we good?
Yeah.
We're good. Guys, happy Friday to my friends. We're going to say thank you to Mr. Takla for joining us. Say goodbyes.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. This has been different. The energy you give off at all times is nuts, man.
No, God bless. You real quick before we leave, I always say it's time to go, and then we keep going.
Yeah.
You came and I guess shadowed me. Not by choice, but unfortunately, because when you showed up, it was just like annihilation here.
Man. Okay. Yeah. So I come in. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do this podcast. I'm be in, out. We'll see how this goes. Because you've been on mine, and you're like, hey, come with me to this, meet this client. Okay. Hey, I got this pretrial thing going on. So you just come and watch that. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, did I get a desk, start working back there?
No, please, bro. Clock in, bro, anytime. We have a suite upstairs, right?
Really?
So we have attorneys upstairs. So
Dude, this office just keeps going.
Yeah,
I got lost.
I know. No, God bless, man. I'll give you a tour once we log off.
Yeah, man.
But we can't walk and talk. No, maybe if it was this device, maybe. Thanks for the advice. You're welcome. Takla, Julie.pineapple says Takla. You know her?
I think so. I think it's my case manager, maybe.
Oh, good. She's giving you a shout out. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, but thank you for joining us. Thank you for rocking with us side by side.
It was awesome,
and I
man.
look forward, guys. For any other friend of mine who's a trial attorney, we're going to give you, is it a consolation prize or no? It's a parting gift? It's a parting gift. We're going to give you a $50,000 parting gift, my friend. So please take this gift with you, and we will get with the client to make sure it fully transfers over to the insurance companies. Let me show you next generation tag team.
Love it, man.
I was going to say, we're going to
I'm gonna have to attach this podcast as an exhibit to Discovery now. So thanks.
It's a whole new definition of settle or else. Yeah, God bless, man. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, guys. Happy Friday, my friends. We're out until next week. See you all.
TheTexasTorch.com. If you've been in the Hadi Law, in the rig, the Hadi Law, or on the job, the Hadi Law, who can you get? The Hadi Law, that's gon' fight the Hadi Law and protect the Hadi Law. The Hadi Law firm is who you need to get. TheTexasTorch.com.